AftershockXL with your host, Steve Grillo. How the hell did you get a TV show?
What up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing? Quarantine day 70,000, I guess. Live from Hell's Kitchen. It's me, Steve Grillo. You're listening to Grillo's AftershockXL. We're hanging out in the house because that's what we have to do. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to stay home. Thank God the weather's shit out because I don't think I'd be staying in. Luckily I have my roof deck, which everybody knows at 7 o'clock I go live and thank all the frontline workers. And we're here trying to figure out what this new life that has been handed to us and what to do and how to go around it. And one of the things that I do is do this show, and I hope that it helps your day go a little better. So one of the great perks that I got from working on the Howard Stern show back when I did was meeting some of your favorite celebrities, meeting your favorite musicians. And luckily I got to meet one of my favorite musicians. And he's waiting online right now. He's just about to come on. He is the Jimi Hendrix of harmonica. He is one of the most talented musicians that ever graced this planet. And it is my privilege and honor to say right here, right now, we got Mr. John Popper from Blues Traveler.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, quarantine?
I'm in my car at the supermarket.
Okay.
People are cleaning my house as we speak. And so I have to vacate the premises and basically live in my car for 2 hours while they clean my house and just drive around.
Well, so we got some time to play then.
Yeah, I can't. I got to FaceTime my daughter, too. So that's.
No. Listen, man, I appreciate you coming on. You've always been nothing but a good friend to me all these years.
I'm going to have to do it because it's hard to see with my glasses on.
Yeah. You're looking good, brother.
Ah, thanks. You too.
Yeah. So what's your story? What's up right now? Like, I know you had a long journey down to where you are. Tell the people what's going on.
Well, I got rotator cuff surgery in December. And basically, aside from that Knicks game that I went and did the banner for.
Yeah.
And they were paying me too much not to do it. Usually you don't get any money for that, but they paid me a chunk. And it was so fun to do. And, I got to see Howard and Beth, and that was really cool. And they got back from vacation. They gave me a little shout out. It was just so fun. I got to take my niece. But other than that, I've basically been healing up this rotator cuff. This side. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I got you. It's kind of backwards. But as soon as we were ready to go, we were going to do some gigs in March. Then suddenly the quarantine started happening. So we did 3 gigs after 3 months off. And now we've got another. It's basically been 6 months of quarantine for me anyway. Yeah. And it's kind of like how I live my life when I'm off the road anyway. Nobody's up. There's nowhere to go usually. It's just 3 a.m. instead of daytime. So the TV's a little better because, the daytime, you get better TV that way. And, weed's legal in Seattle. So. Yeah.
So you're in Seattle right now. Right? Now, don't you
I'm
normally
outside of Seattle. I'm a bit north of Seattle. Right?
Don't you know, you had a place in Pennsylvania, didn't you?
Yeah, but I moved 15 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I want to say 2004, something like that, 2005.
Okay. So you're all the way out in Seattle. I mean, I know you had to take a long journey to get there, didn't you?
Well, yeah, and my ex-wife and my 4-year-old daughter live in San Francisco. So that's been the only thing different is usually I see my daughter every 2 weeks. But it's been 2 months, and then I finally drove down. I self-quarantined in my car, put a mask on, and drove down to San Francisco, and then got myself a hotel near where my daughter lives, and we quarantined in there for 5 days. And then I quarantined my little ass back, driving myself home.
Wow. How's your daughter? How's your family's good? Everybody's good?
Everybody's good. A couple of weeks ago, a squirrel broke into my house. I came downstairs, and he was in my living room, and he was just freaking out. And I wanted to get the door open so he could run outside. Apparently, he'd been in there all night. He came in when I was getting firewood. But he was not having it. It was like the Ben Siegel of squirrels. And he started throwing things around. And he was pretty angry. And he'd always been kind of a screamer in my yard. When I came out, he was always like, ah, ah.
Yeah.
So I had it in for me. So, I just had come down for breakfast. I just woke up. And he's running. I thought somebody was robbing me, but it was just a squirrel throwing stuff around and darting back and forth. And I backed into my gun safe and grabbed my 22. I got a little 22 with a silencer on it. And he's climbing up on I got a log cabin kind of house.
Yeah.
And there's this old like wagon wheel they found on the property like 100 years ago, and he like took up behind there and was dodging and weaving, and plonk got him. And he fell like King Kong off my wall. Now normally if you shoot any animal in your house, there's gonna be blood everywhere. But he fell into this lamp that's like a giant bowl.
Yeah.
And flunk right. It was like the perfect landing. And that bowl just filled up with blood. So I unplugged the lamp, just walked it outside, and poured the whole thing into the yard.
Only you, Jump Hopper.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was like the best shoot you could have, but it was still fucking freaky.
Did you wonder?
I was Cloroxing everything afterwards because, squirrel blood. And then like a couple of days ago, I actually found the bullet on the floor and it bounced out of the squirrel. And it was I thought it was like an old nail or something. I'm picking it up like,
Was it a red or gray squirrel?
It was a gray squirrel with some red on him.
Okay, yeah. Guy. No, because I much like you, I don't know if you hunt, but I know you're a gun enthusiast. But I do.
I only hunt if I eat it. Like if I was going to eat the meat,
well, that's what I was going to say.
I don't get off on killing things. Really.
No, when I do go hunting, everything that I've ever shot, I've eaten, including a turkey. But the squirrels, when you're in the tree stand and you're hunting.
I know. I went deer hunting, and those fucking squirrels. You want to?
They see you and they start screaming at you like that squirrel did. Like, I know you're not supposed to be here. I know what you're doing.
Exactly. Alarm. They start alarm.
They do. And
they do that every time I left my door. Like, here it goes, everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? The robins were doing that too because I had some robins, and when they were babies, they like hid out on the post of my guest house. And I walked up and I turned around and the parent robins are diving at me. I didn't know why. And I look and there's this nest of babies perfectly frozen like this.
Yeah.
So still, those robins grew up and have always hated me. But since I shot the squirrel, I go outside and everybody's quiet now.
Well, yeah. Well, they're pissed at you. So I
sent them a message. I think everybody's getting along now.
It was small game season and I was legal and I did take a squirrel and I did eat that squirrel.
Well, you're allowed to take squirrel if they are vermin, if they're pests.
No, this one was it was small game. I was out in the woods and he jumped over my shoulder and ran up the tree and I got him and I honored his death and I ate him.
There you go. Is squirrel meat good? Because I wasn't going to try it.
Well, I cooked it really long in like tomato sauce and I got on the grill and but I wanted to make sure that if I did take an animal's life, I didn't do it and just out of the thrill of killing something. So
it was not thrilling. Let me tell you, it was like, oh shit the whole time. Like, and I'm like old and I'm healing. I can't move around. So like, what do you do when there's like a freaking out animal just in your house and you can't move around too much?
Yeah, no. Well, you had to do what you had to do. It wasn't going to comply. So
if I could have gotten to the door, I would have coaxed him outside.
Yeah, but he wasn't having it. He probably enjoyed I
took a step into the door and he'd like throw himself at it, just start hurling his body at walls and things. And,
So tell everybody how you got your start. Like, when did you realize you wanted to be a musician? When did you realize you could sing? And I have one of my best friends, Russ Brunelli. I think I've told you about him before, who is a motherfucker on the harmonica. And you blow him out the door. And to say that is like, it says a lot. Like, you are just like, did a Jimi Hendrix of harmonica. How did you start that?
The harmonica came to me really fast. Like, it was an easy thing for me to do. I picked it up and was playing it pretty much the first day. I always say it's an instrument of quick gratification. Like you get somewhere with it pretty fast. And that's because like the kind of harps I play, the diatonic or the blues harps, they have two chords that make you play something vaguely right. And, especially after the way Bob Dylan uses the harmonica in a real folky way, he kind of showed people that you can play it really loose and you can get your point across. It's some sort of a personal statement. And I was much more anal about it. I was like playing like the old blues harp players, like, and they try to sound like a horn, and horns have a specific discipline to them. And I found out if you just rip off horns and guitar riffs, you can actually do a lot more with the harmonica than people think. And so I was just really, I got into that pretty quickly, and I was particularly good at it. I sucked my thumb till I was 9. Maybe that helped.
As long as it was just your thumb.
Yeah. Well, I am told it does have a residual effect, harmonica playing.
Well,
girls like guitar players because they move their fingers, but harp players they have a special talent.
That's one of the things my friend always said. It was like, he'd say to a girl, "I play harmonica," and they were like,
"Yes." Basically, you learn that girls want one thing.
Yeah, exactly, and then they don't have to move either.
Yeah, I love the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can lift a girl's pelvis off of your head with your tongue, then you're in business.
Yeah. So what was your first band? What did you do? Like, what was it? You just like, you
Blues
got some,
Traveler.
really?
Blues
So
Traveler
you
was
guys
my
have,
first band.
wow. So you guys have been together that long.
Yeah, high school. I'm telling you, like our high school band teacher told us to start putting a band together, like on the side bands. And he meant like jazz bands. But the first person I talked to was the drummer who was a freshman at that point. He was, he was like a year too young too, because he like moved from England when he was a kid. And the drummer's got the kit. So you're always playing in his parents' basement. And eventually we got Chan in the band, the guitarist. And then we had Bobby in the band last. That was kind of when I graduated. The rumor was we'd fired our bass player, and he sort of started that rumor. And he was a big deadhead, so we started playing a lot of jam stuff. And, I was all into Jimi Hendrix, and my guitar player and drummer were all into Zeppelin, and our bass player was a big deadhead. And that was kind of where we were at. And we were just sort of discovering weed then and, hallucinogens. And so around 87, that was, I graduated in 86. And I was going to New York, I'd figured out a way to go to the New School for Social Research. It was an excuse, like our parents all told us they would pay for us if we went to school or if we got a job. So we all told them we went to school, and we just skipped school a lot and figured out how to pay our living playing gigs. And as soon as we were paying our rent, we told our parents that we were quitting school.
Yeah. And so where was your gig wave? So are you down in New York? Were you like down in CB's or?
Yeah, well, CB's was certainly a place, but everyone was trying to get in there. Like they gave us a good grade, but I think we had like 1 or 2 CB's gigs. It was really the gigs we made ourselves. Like our home base was Nightingale's on 2nd Avenue and 13th Street. I think it was called Durden's most recently.
Oh, Nightingale's. Yeah, absolutely.
And so we'd go there all the time, and nobody, like that was next to Dan.
Wait, isn't your name in the concrete over there?
That's in Brooklyn, but yeah, I think our name is around there.
Yeah, no, I think your name is in the concrete by Nightingale's. That's why I remember that.
Because next door to Nightingale's was Dan Lynch, and that was a traditional blues bar. And we went in with our 7/4 psychedelic shit, and they like said, "Stop! All right, you guys can leave." And so next door to them was Nightingale's, and they didn't give a fuck what we played.
Yeah.
And we were going to all these schools, pretending to go to school, so we'd make a lot of friends there, and they'd come to see us play. And eventually, we'd be that band that had like a big crowd on a Monday. And we were opening for the other bands, or the older bands, and they kind of took us under their wing. And eventually we had our own gig there. And then the Wetlands Preserve opened, and they were looking for us to kind of be their house band. And, they brought in other people and stuff, and that started to go. And then it was kind of like that was our scene. And then we were making real money. And then we started to go on the road playing frats, because, again, all of our friends were going off to school. So we had a lot of friends who needed a band to play. And, we were touring around in U-Hauls. And eventually, from that point on, from the frat gig, you get to the theater gigs. And that's when you're starting to use real gear and stuff like that. And eventually you can afford a tour bus. And we did it all ourselves. And then eventually somebody wanted to sign, like there was the new music seminar, and we got Bill Graham. Bill Graham was the big concert promoter. He did the Fillmore.
Okay.
His son David was going to college, and he told his dad about us. And his dad came and wanted to sign us, to manage us. And at that point, A&M Records was sniffing around us a little bit. But when Bill signed us as as his clients, that kind of, it all came together with A&M. And I think George Draculius was sniffing around us, but it was Patrick Clifford who brought us into A&M. And, they signed us for 7-8 albums. And
wow.
So by 1990, we were a signed band, and we were working. I got there in like 86, 87. So it was about 3 years.
So, first time you got laid being a musician?
It was right after a gig. I lost my virginity.
Wow.
I was a virgin until I was 21.
Oh, sorry.
So it was right after a gig, and this girl's like, "You want to come over to my house and talk?" And she was like, totally trying to get back at her mom. She was mad at her mom. It was clear, like, "Mom, I'm taking the boy to my room." It was that kind of thing.
Oh, geez.
The first night it wasn't there, and she was like, I'll sleep with you, but I just want you to know it's going to just be this one time. And I looked at her and said,
okay.
I think I can do that.
Yeah. I don't care. Ow, stop.
Yeah. But then she called me up and I'm going away for the week. And next thing you know, she comes to the show I'm in love with you. And
oh, jeez.
Yeah. And so then I tried to dump her, which was terrible. And then she went fetal on 2nd Avenue. That was also at a gig. My whole life was at a gig. And then I said, okay, I won't dump you. And then 2 days later, she dumped me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had an experience like that, but it wasn't with the Stern show. It was when I was doing the off-Broadway play Grandma Sylvia's Funeral,
Oh, there
and
you go.
I got this letter from this girl, and she was like, I'm a student at Columbia. I'm a theater major. I saw you in Grandma Sylvia's funeral. I'm doing a paper. I would love to interview you as an actor for the paper. And I was like, okay. So I met her at this diner on the Upper West Side, and she was cute, and she did not talk about the paper at all. So she basically goes, "Listen, I thought you were cute. I just really wanted to have sex with you." And I was like, cool. She goes, "Man, I can't do it tonight." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, because I have my 3 roommates over, and they all
I have to
place
sacrifice a baby."
No. She said they're all placing bets about whether or not I have it. I want to prove them wrong. So I'm not going to send you, but you can come over, and I will give you a hand job. And I know my mom is listening right now. This is why she's not allowed to listen to my show. And she was like, Mr. Miyagi. She was like, yeah, no, good. My mom just came on. I'm late. Sorry.
I'm late. Sorry.
Yeah. So she was like, Mr. Miyagi.
That for you. She's been here the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but then 2 weeks later, when they were filming me for Howard Stern for the E! Show,
Right.
I played 2 different characters. I played an Italian and I played a Jew.
Right.
And so in the first, it's called it was the mitzvah meal. Basically, it was like like halftime, whatever. So in the second part of the show, F you, my mother just said. So the second part of the show, all of a sudden I feel attacked because it was a Wednesday matinee, so it wasn't like full. She snuck into the show. She like walked back and she didn't have a ticket. And so she's like, "Hi." So the funny thing is now the show ends and now we had like a 2-hour break because it was the 2 shows on Wednesday. We go to so now they're interviewing the cast about me. What do you think of Steve? Steve's not an actor. So
that's a little psycho.
I took her back behind the stage, and there's the moment they used on the E! Show where I knew exactly where I was and what happened. If you got my drift,
yeah. So behind the stage,
yes, and it was interesting. I never heard from her again. She said she was at the end. She was a journalist and she was writing.
So you never heard from her again after you took her behind the stage? That's a little.
I think I might have because I remember.
There a critique in there?
When I take that back because when I moved to 91st Street with Ganji, and she was the first. She like christened the apartment with me. So there was another time, but it was. This is my mom texting me right now. Oh no. No. So it's funny. It's my friend's girlfriend, and she's like, every time she calls me, something's wrong. She's fighting with him, and so it says, "Uh-oh, it's Elena," when she pops up. So no, thank God it's not my mother. So yeah,
I've had some creepy ones. Like I've had some a lady who claimed she was writing a movie, like her husband was Ridley Scott or something, but she also read astrological charts. And I come in and the whole room is dark, and she's wearing like a body leotard, and that's the first sign is a body leotard.
That gets me.
But she was like putting some weird patchouli on me and giving me a massage, and before I knew it, there was no real reading at that time, though she prepared one, and there was no movie script.
Yeah.
But but apparently, I got stuff done.
Yeah, exactly. My mom just said, "Am I a grandma?" For fuck's sake, Johnny.
She has hand babiys. You have
yeah.
Some grand hand babies.
This pandemic, she watches everything I do. Everything. So 7:00, I go live on my roof deck because the whole city erupts and like pots and pans, air horns.
What if people are going to sleep then? I always wonder, what about the workers that have just put in a long
Oh, you know what? I didn't think about
drifting
that.
off to sleep, like, oh, great, now everybody's thanking me. You're welcome.
Yeah, fuck off. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah. How long is the thank you like clanging?
Yeah. So, me and you have had some good times together. Last time we were in LA, I think we must have drank, 2 bottles of Jameson?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking shit now because I'm by myself in my house. I just don't have it in me to get drunk alone.
Oh, see, I don't care. I just.
Should I try it? Should I just I got
it's
really
fun.
Good whiskey.
Oh, really? I know that's my. I drink vodka, but whiskey is just something like I just love to linger and enjoy it. The right whiskey, But well, you probably got enough weed out there, right?
Weed, that's a different story. I'll smoke that all the time. That's a great thing to watch TV to, or you work on some music to, or just sit around to, or even.
What do you? Yeah, I
think
finished.
About like being drunk and trying to write a song. It's like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Now who's laughing? You know, like,
I finished Pornhub, by the way.
You finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm at the point where, like, I really believe, like, if you just rely on Pornhub, you're going to get addicted to Pornhub. So I'm a big believer in using my imagination, but now just the act of getting Pornhub is kind of all I need. By the time it gets going, I'm finished.
Yeah, I know. It's the
Like,
greatest.
so you're a pizza boy, huh? And that's all I need. Like, oh, pizza boy. And you know, like, that's the thing is, like, now if I order pizza, I'm kind of scared to see what happens.
Yeah. You got to. The music starts up in the background. So what are you? Are you working on new stuff now?
Yeah, but I mean, we're not making an album anytime soon. Like, basically, at our age, you wait for the zeros and the fives. So we're gonna be 35 in 2022.
Oh wow!
And so, like, that's the thing. We just had our big 30th anniversary a couple of years ago, and now basically we just go out and work. But
we're getting old, Johnny. Now. Getting old.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Look at this. I just got these great pictures on Facebook when I had this huge, like, brown Jerry Garcia head.
Yeah, I just shaved it off.
Where did it go? Where did my Jufro go? I was like Starsky if he, like, started doing weed. It was awesome.
Do you always carry a harmonica with you?
It's in the back of the truck. I can get one if you want to hang on.
Yeah, sure. Well, hang on. Right. I'll talk it up.
Okay, there you go. I'll be right back.
Oh, so maybe we're getting a Grillo's Aftershock exclusive, a mini John Popper harmonica thing. The best harmonica player I've ever seen in the world, and I know a really good harmonica player. So we are live here at Grillo's AftershockXL with John Popper. My friend Charmaine said her brother Chris is a big Blues Traveler fan. We'll tell John that when he gets back. And we're just waiting to have John Popper do a little mini concert for us here at Grillo's in my apartment in Hell's Kitchen. And we're just waiting for John Popper to tune in. This is very exciting. I hope everybody's having a great day. In a little while, I'll be on my roof. We'll be up there doing something. We're going to debut. Billy West is going to come on. I think it's going to be Sunday. My sister says awesome. I think my mom and my sister listen, and I'm here telling really horrible stories that they don't need to hear. This is way too funny. I hope other people listening and appreciating how uncomfortable this shit is for me. So, all right, Johnny, what do you got?
So I just got some random keys. I'm missing all of the good ones. Apparently, I pillaged my harmonica case before.
Okay.
This is all I got left, but let's see what we can do here.
God damn, dude. How do you do that?
everyone at the supermarket's looking at me like,
yeah.
Trying to shop.
Yeah, that's just amazing. Thank you for that. There are a lot of people that are very excited about you just doing that right now, live on the air. So, yeah, no. Everybody loves you, bro.
I felt winded. I actually felt I got to get out to work. That's really how I stay in shape is by playing a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a lazy man. I don't go and, like, work out.
Yeah, so is there still things good with the stomach thing that you had done?
That's cool. Yeah, I was actually in the 250s a couple of weeks ago, but
okay.
You know, again, I got to, like, go out and do some sort of a respiratory something.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you must have a nice piece of property out there you can walk around in.
Yeah, no, I've been doing that. And actually, what I do is I like Rocky IV, I go and hump logs for the fire.
And what about friends? You got friends out there? You got no one you're chilling with?
Yeah, but really, all my friends are kind of, like, all over the country. I got friends everywhere.
Are you doing, like, a lot of Zoom?
Much alone, you know, during the quarantine, I figure, and, you know, normally I do that a lot because when I'm awake, everyone's asleep anyway. So I'm kind of used to living like this. Most people aren't, because I can tell everybody's podcasting. So it's like people are losing their minds. It's all like, you know, they're shining, where everyone's turning into Jack Nicholson and, like,
yeah.
You know what the world needs? You know what the world needs? And you get a lot of people doing that, and it's because everybody's finally got time to think.
Yeah. Well, it's all I got right now is time. And it's funny because like I got just like this great little group of people at 7 o'clock. They join me on Facebook, and it's just so much fun to see everybody get together and like appreciate what I'm doing. Now I'm obligated. I have to do 7 o'clock every day. I did it as like a goof, and everybody loved it. Now if I don't do 7 o'clock, people are gonna get mad at me. So like
That's true.
yeah.
You know, and also, nobody can say they're busy.
No, that's another thing that pisses me off these days. You call somebody and they don't pick up. I was like, I know you ain't got shit to do.
Don't believe me. I'm getting better at going. I just don't want to do stuff because he's like, no, I got stuff. They're like, what? And it's what I want to watch. I want to watch American Dad. Is what I want to do.
Okay, I'm watching Little House on the Prairie right now.
You know what? I watch Hill Street Blues on the H&I channel, and I got to tell you, it still holds up from the 80s.
Yeah, no, I've been going retro, but I did, I have, I'm a big Star Wars geek, so I've been watching like Clone Wars and shit like that. And
see, I want to watch The Mandalorian too. I just can't get all that. My Wi-Fi sucks at my house.
Yeah, so this is kind of cool. So obviously Monday was May the 4th be with you,
right? Yeah,
and I did a Star Wars show, and one of the episodes like was about my friend. Like his name is Jay Carnivale. He's Bobby Carnivale's son.
And a little cute little Yoda.
Yeah. So he's like, he worked at the bar that I hang out in. He's fucking crashed here a million times. And I remember he disappeared for a while, and he came back and he was like, yo, I just did this show for Disney called The Mandalorian. And me being a Star Wars geek, I was like, what? He goes, I really can't tell you anything. All I can tell you is I play a gunslinger. So I think that made, as much as even if Jake was in the background, I thought that was cool as fuck.
And of course, gunslinger in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. So
you should have brought the baby Yoda and said, I don't want to tell you what happened out there, but this is my kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So where he comes back and he says, so now the fucking shit's off the hook, and all of a sudden, the episode comes on, and the episode's called The Gunslinger. I went, no fucking way. So the Mandalorian is on Dantooine and walks into the cantina, and Jake is sitting in the same booth that Han shot Grillo.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was really cool to have him on and talk about it, especially on Star Wars Day.
Hell yeah.
So
can you believe how they reworked Grillo to shoot first? What the fuck was that?
It's because political correctness.
It's horrible.
I blame the Democrats.
Ruined everything about Han Solo in that. That was bullshit. That's not my Han Solo. Not my Han Solo.
No, yes, yeah, exactly. There's a hashtag there somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, which I still don't understand. By the way, I'm very proud of you that you were able to get on here without any issue, because I know you're not exactly.
I hate Zoom. I hate fucking Dropbox. Dropbox is the worst thing that ever happened to music. Because you gotta log in, and then you gotta get this Dropbox. And if you have shitty Wi-Fi, forget it. It's just your whole day is Dropbox, and you have to keep saying Dropbox.
Yeah. I hate it. I understand that 100% completely. But no, I remember when I first started this, and you were on, I asked you to tweet it, and it was a nightmare.
I still don't know how to tweet it.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I don't blame you. But it's cool that you did it, because you were like on my first show we had the studio, and it was like Sean Young and you and Brian O'Halloran, who was like the greatest person in the world. And so
awesome.
Yeah, and I appreciate all that shit. You've always been not just one of my fucking music icons. You're also a friend, and I'll always appreciate everything that you do.
Man. That's why I can put you through such shit sometimes.
I know.
If anyone I can say I don't know how this shit works, I can tell you.
Yeah, exactly. And it was funny today because you called me and I was with my supervisor, and then I called you back, and then I wanted to make sure that. I said, oh shit, Johnny's not good with technology.
I am not.
And then I tried you back again. Then you're like, stop harassing me. And I was like,
yeah, I know. I was trying to get off the toilet. You never bring your phone into the bathroom with you.
Yeah,
and then you're screwed.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know. I have a problem not bringing the phone in my bathroom. I'm like, oh, I got to take a crap. Let me get my phone.
I'm going to be conscientious.
Yeah. After that beef stew, I'm sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, you got a 4-year-old daughter who's absolutely adorable. Tell everybody about her. What's up?
Her name is Eloise, and I love her. She's I don't know. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's 4, but she's very wise. And, she's going to be an actress, I can tell. And I don't know. What do you say about a 4-year-old?
Yeah, like she's like, yeah. If you sent me that video of her, and she's definitely you. I can tell. She seems like she's a little goofball.
She's not only me and her mom, but all of our grandparents, all of our parents too. She can look like every single one of us. But she's just amazing. And she does her own stories. She's making up her own stories, writing her own songs already.
And did she play in harmonica? Do you have her on the instrument?
Oh, yeah, she was playing the harmonica pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, she ran up on stage with me one time when she was really young. She wanted this toy that I had for her, and she ran up and she took it and said, "Moose!" And then the crowd yelled, and she kind of got like that fear, but also ooh, that's good. Like she got into it.
Yeah, no, I remember. I remember when your ex-wife was pregnant with her. Right? We were at what was it, the Gramercy Theater, which I don't know if it's there anymore. But
no.
Yeah, it's shit's just closed. And now, what do you think's gonna happen now, like with concerts and shit? What's your opinion on how you think this is gonna play out?
The thing is, they're gonna need us to play live somehow.
Yeah.
And the question's going to be, how do we make a living off of that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Zoom's really stepped up as far as people meeting each other. I'm hoping to play on Zoom somehow, but really at least get the band in one room together.
Yeah.
Where we're socially able to be close, because I don't know, we've quarantined enough, or we just make sure we don't get ourselves sick. And we set up some situation where a live stream is sponsored or monetized somehow. And I think that might be the stopgap that keeps us,
Yeah, because how are we going to go to movies? How are we going to go to concerts? We're going to pay for the movies here.
Everyone's forgetting, when they start letting people act in movies, there's going to be such massive rat fumigation.
I said the same thing.
It's a big, dark, empty room with old food in it.
Yeah, well,
nothing you can do.
You're hoping that they're doing some type of cleaning maintenance, but then again, at some point, those animals are going to starve to death. So there's going to be a huge, horrible stench.
Oh yeah, there's.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just thinking they'll start eating each other.
Yeah, no, I had this discussion last night with my boys on the roof. And, they're either going to start eating each other, or they're just going to starve to death. And then there's going to be the stench. They're in the walls, and there's so many of them, and they procreate so frequently. So that's going to be an issue. Like, I don't know if I want to step back into a theater, like, not anytime soon,
Yeah, I don't want to be the first one in, is all.
No, for the first time in your life.
They'll figure out how to just sell us movies on the TV. Like, I don't see that really missing a beat, except for theater owners.
Yeah.
And so what'll that become? Maybe it'll be more arcade and less movie, and that'll start to change, or it's got to be something that allows social distance. So,
Yeah, well, they're saying drive-ins are going to make a big comeback.
Yeah, see, they already have drive-in strip clubs. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I want those titties in my face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Right.
So
maybe for an extra fee, they risk it or something.
Yeah. Oh, there was something else I was going to ask you about before we got out of here. Oh, so you remember my friend Roy McDonald? We hung out in the Viper Room. Yes. The one with the bright shot with the blonde hair, the one that all three of us got fucked up. What he's doing, and it's probably going to go viral, because I think hopefully he'll be done by Sunday, and I'm going to have Billy West on with him as well.
Cool.
But he got a bunch of like famous musicians. I will do that, and I'm sure he would definitely appreciate that. But he got a bunch of musicians. He knows he's been in the music business his whole life, and he was an editor and stuff like that. So he got a bunch of famous people to do "We Are the Champions."
Cool.
Yeah, and he got
I'm in. If he needs more, I'm down.
Oh, really? Well, I'm gonna call him and let him know, man, because it's gonna. I'm sure he can fit you in at some point, or you want to do a solo or something.
Yeah, I can harp all over that.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let him know as soon as we get off this awesome fucking episode of Grillo's AftershockXL. My
harmonica is a musical coronavirus. It gets over everything.
Okay, yeah. Well, I hope it gets all over my show and gets me some big numbers, because I would certainly love to make a living doing this and not have to sling beer.
Brother.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I don't want to take up your time. I know you got to go. You're gonna go shopping, and I can't thank you enough. You're a true friend. You always have been since I met you at the premiere of Private Parts.
That's right.
Yeah, we had a good time that night.
Other day.
Yeah.
I look better now than I did then.
Oh, yeah. It's funny. Facebook memory came up. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I know you being a true Stern fan, I know you would remember it. Hold on a sec. So it was the infamous when we were at the hotel promoting Private Parts, and the bill that got ran up after that. You remember that? And I made
nowhere near where the bill went.
I made the mistake of passing out at the pool, and everybody that was there, Jackie, John, Fred, like everybody that was part of the show, they threw the fucking they put it on Grillo's room. So my bill was like $750. And granted, I did take advantage. Okay, I did take advantage, but not said that night. But thank God for Stuttering John, because Stuttering John really took advantage. He had people coming over that they paid for everything. So here's the memory. This is me. I'm drinking pina coladas, and I'm calling everybody I know from the pool. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on.
There you go.
Yeah. back when I was in shape. So that was at like whatever hotel we were staying at. Right. And I was calling people, because again, back then long distance was a big thing. You got charged. Yeah, right. Like when I was a kid, if I called Long Island, my mother beat my ass. It was like, you called Long Island? So I was calling everybody, what are you doing? Sitting by the pool, drinking a pina colada. Click. What are you doing? Sitting by the pool, drinking a pina colada. I called everybody I knew just to say that I was sitting by the pool, drinking
$200 of your bill right
there. Yeah, no doubt. But that was the infamous thing. But I did pass out drunk at the pool, and I woke up and everybody was gone, and I didn't know that everybody said put it on Grillo's until Monday morning.
Did your ass sting?
Yeah, I know exactly. No, actually, my ex-girlfriend was out there, so maybe. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. All right. I don't want to take up the rest of your Friday, but I can't thank you enough for coming on. He got the picture. There it is.
There it is.
Back when I had abs. Back when I had abs.
Moving and shaking.
Yeah. I was such a fucking pompous asshole. Well, stay in touch, Johnny boy. I wish nothing but the best for you and your family, and stay healthy, stay safe.
Much love to you, Grillo, and your family too.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because I know they're listening every day.
Yeah, and hang in New York, because New York sounds like a
it's a fucking
be killed.
Yeah. I have this my hand sanitizer with me. I have my masks right here, but I luckily I have my roof where you can social distance with people and have a drink. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed in a lot of ways, and and your friendship is one of them. So, do you want to play us out?
Sure. Hang on, let's get this guy.
Sad. That's awesome. So, usually at the end I do my plugs, and I show you a ring. And I don't know if you see my rings. One of my sponsors is one of my really good friends. His name is Alfie. See the rings? He did an AftershockXL ring.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they got cool. my pinky ring with my birthstone in there, and got a Japanese.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Sterling Salt, my boy Alfie, you can order online just for his catalog, but just say if you wanted a silver harmonica ring or something like that.
Yeah,
Alfie can make
cat logo kind of deal.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll put you in touch with him. He's amazing. He can make anything out of silver.
Cool.
So and then I got Battle Chats, who's the network I used to be on now. They're one of my sponsors. Go check out all my content is over on Battle Chats. So all the stuff I did, the show that you're on is over there. They can go over there and check that out. And every Thursday night I go live with Lindsay. She interviews about what shows I did all week, and then take questions from all the fans. I was on there for like an hour and a half last night answering every question. And the poor girl, you know how the Stern fans are. They're brutal.
Yeah.
So I could see her reading the questions and her going, because she's such a sweet, innocent girl. And she's going, I said, Lindsay, it's okay. You can ask me. She goes, I don't think I can say these words. Yeah, so I get it. So I was on for an hour and a half. So Battle Chats, they're good. And every Thursday at 9:00, I go live on the YouTube channel over there. And then I got Bright Party Bibs. I don't have. Is there one here? I don't have one. They made me AftershockXL face mask.
Cool.
I'll send you one out, Johnny.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you one. You text me your address, and I'll send it out to you.
Okay.
So they were nice enough to make those for me, and I have a bunch I got to send out. I've just been a lazy fucking fat bastard. And then brightshot.com is the best LED light in the business. You're on stage. You know what the heat from the lights looks like.
That's right.
Brightshot, they ain't got no heat. And they got all different colors and different special effects. Only 3.8 amps, to best light in the business. And then Roy's daughter, Alyssa Marie, has a lifestyle blog called Prosecco Palms. If you want to buy something for that special lady, go check out what she's wearing. And go by what she says to go. Don't buy the gift yourself, John. You know it's not going to be good.
Oh no, yeah, I never.
Yeah. So, and she also just day to day, she blogs about everything, all the cool trends and fashion shit. And sometimes you need a break from reality. Go check out Alyssa Marie. And then, if you didn't do your taxes, especially being an entertainer, F Sharp Tax Management, they're the shit.
Screwed now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, get it done now. I got my stimulus check.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, cool. So I'll take that, and that goes to
payroll going. Yeah.
Yeah, that goes right to rent. So, but thank God, it helps because it's tough time now for everybody, and the country's trying to help us, and it's much appreciated. So, but that's about
help
it.
Each other too,
Yeah, man. So we are. You're helping me, and I'll do whatever I can to help you. You know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Back at you.
All right, everybody. John Palmer from Blues Traveler. Thank you so much for doing the show. I love everybody. See you at the roof in about an hour and a half.
Clang for